Hello and welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. It's Jack D here with your deadline day special. And I'm over the moon. It looks like we've done it. We've achieved the impossible. We've got the coup of the window because, ladies and gentlemen, David Luiz is on his way back to Stamford Bridge. And I, for one, cannot be happier. Now, any of you that saw the little argument that me and Rory had earlier on today, earlier in the transfer window, about this exact deal, if you haven't seen it yet, you should check it out. I was arguing that Luiz should come to Chelsea. Rory put up a bit of a strong argument that he shouldn't, but I'm glad to say I won. So all of you lot who said yes in the comments, thank you very much. What can we say about David Luiz? He's a cult hero at Chelsea. He wasn't there that long. He was there from 2011 to 2014. In that time, he only played 143 games, but that period coincided with an absolutely golden time for Chelsea. During that time, with David Luiz as our centre-back alongside John Terry, we won the FA Cup, we won the Europa League, and we won the Holy Grail in the Champions League. Now, we all remember that fantastic night in Munich where Luiz, without his central defensive partner in John Terry, took the game by the scruff of the neck, would not let any Bayern Munich players pass, and essentially, was a key figure in us winning that game. He played through the pain barrier. Don't forget, he had an injury that night. He went on to score his penalty. He went on then to give the Bayern Munich fans hell, and he'll always be a Chelsea legend. We all remember his celebrations that night. I personally was upset, in 2014 when Jose came back. Jose had his own ideas about how he wanted the new look Chelsea to be, and unfortunately, Luiz didn't figure in those plans. We got big money for him in 50 million to PSG, and at the time it seemed like a good deal. However, we then saw the season that followed his departure, our defence was an absolute shambles. And I genuinely believe if we hadn't have sold Luiz, then we wouldn't have been anywhere near in as much trouble as we ended up in last season. So for me, I'm thrilled to have him back in the squad. Yes, it does mean that Gary Cahill's probably going to get dropped, but as I've said time and again on this channel, as much as I like Gary Cahill, and especially I like him when he's playing next to John Terry, I think when John Terry's not there, Gary Cahill, if he's there with maybe Branner or, not that Zuma's been playing for a while, but anyone else apart from Terry, I think his defensive frailties are always shown up. He's not of the quality that we need. And although a lot of people, Rory included, would say that, well, David Luiz isn't a natural centre-back and he's a liability and he's always, going to score an own goal or give a penalty away or do something stupid. As much as I don't entirely disagree with that, I think what he does give you is a lot stronger than anyone else we currently have in the squad. He's a ball player. He can, he's Brazilian, for God's sake. He's grown up on the streets of Brazil or on the beaches of Brazil. Left foot, right foot, it doesn't matter to him. He's got a bit of flair. He's got an eye for a goal. He scored 12 goals during his first tenure at Chelsea, which isn't bad for, a 3-year period for a centre-back. He loves a free kick, and not only that, he puts a smile on people's faces. Stamford Bridge at times last year was a bit of a cauldron of animosity, and I think, we missed players like him walking around, smiling at the fans, being silly, doing little jokes before kick-off, and it's these sort of players that I like to see at our club. So I'm really pleased. Yes, he has got a ricket in him. We know that, but we'll forgive him for that because he is still a decent centre-back, in my opinion. Not only is he a decent centre-back, he's also a fantastic defensive midfielder. And personally, I wouldn't mind us getting, another centre-back in maybe, next season or something like that, and pushing Luiz into that anchor midfield role, because I really think he offers us a whole lot more going forward. So big props up to Antonio Conte here. I'm really surprised. I really didn't think that David Luiz would be a Conte kind of defender. Let's not forget that Conte's just spent the last year or two with the Italian national team. They're well known for having some of the most defensively minded players in world football. And, a bit of a liability as a centre-half in David Luiz. I really wouldn't think he'd be Conte's cup of tea. But if anyone can iron out the sort of creases, if you like, in David Luiz, I really think it is Antonio Conte. I think Conte working with him every day on the training field, making sure that he doesn't go on these mazy runs, dribbling it out of defence too often. I think if he gives him enough discipline, then it's a fantastic, fantastic signing. Right, guys, before I go, you might be wondering why I'm wearing this shirt, and if Rory knew I had it on, he would kill me because this shirt is sacred. It's signed by the boys, the winners of the Champions League, and I just thought I'd wear it because our boy David Luiz, his very hand has touched this shirt. So there it is there, if the cameraman can pick it up. And that's it. I'm happy as Larry. Remember, blue is the colour, Chelsea all the way.
Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Now it's transfer deadline day. We're very excited, and I'm particularly excited because there's news that we could be re-signing David Luiz.